Wait till a couple people come here, 'cause I want to break something down, man. Why we are so much behind the other nationalities, like the Asians, even the Africans that come over to America, even the Jewish population, etc. Because in the Islamic sectors also, because I feel like this: if we're not sitting there telling our children what to do, because I got a shop right across the street from the University of Toledo. And every African kid, every Islamic kid, Arab kid, or Jewish kid that usually come into this shop, or Asian kid, when we talk to them, the first thing they say, when we ask them, what are you going to school for? Majority going to school to be engineers or doctors. Uh, when you ask the African American kid, and I'm not trying to put them down, a lot of them be over there undecided. But a lot of the kids, when I ask them, like the African and whatever, or the Arabs and other nationalities, why did they go in these fields? They said, well, that my parents told us we are going to be doctors and lawyers. See, we in the African American population, we have a tendency to wait too long to try to tell somebody what they're going to be in life. It's hard to sit there and tell a kid 14 to 21 what they're going to be when you had the opportunity for the first day of that kid life to have a game plan for that child. And majority of us don't have a game plan for our child. That's why a lot of our children right now is running around in the communities toting gun, even with a Latino Hispanic the same way. We're not designing education for our kids, because most black people don't care about education no more. Cause you look at almost all the inner city schools in America, majority of them are failing and failing hard. The teachers are frustrated. Then you got teachers in there that don't have an understanding of black culture. So when the kids say something out of anger or hurt or self pity, they think they're lashing out. Their parents at home are not educated and don't care about educating themselves. They don't care about their sons or daughter what they doing in school. Long as that child long as that child is not getting on their nerves. If that child just halfway making it. And most of the time in the African American community right now, man, they sitting there letting our kids have what? A 1.8. A 1.8. What do you think you're gonna be able to do with that? You most likely you're not going to college. Most likely, no college gonna accept you, even you a superior athlete. You might have to go to JUCO. Then if you were fell in high school, you might not knuckle down and want to be successful at the JUCO level. So what we do in the African American community now, we breeding convicts. We breeding prostitution. We breeding criminality. We creating convicts. We creating drug addicts and alcoholism. We creating lack of education. Do you support frame? We creating a lot of things that shouldn't be. No, Diddy should be in jail the rest of his life if he did them crimes. And I'm a true believer in this. If you're not trying to instill the right thing in your children, you need to stop having children. Because I had children and I messed their life up. Because when I was out there hustling, at that time when I was hustling, I only had one child that I knew about. Once I got convicted and locked up, I had a daughter while I was incarcerated. But once you know that you having a family, you having children, you shouldn't be doing anything wrong in the street. Cause when I was hustling, it's only three things come behind that: me being end up being a drug addict, getting incarcerated, or being unalive on the streets. So once you start wanting to be a parent, your children shouldn't have to go through the same things you went through, shouldn't have to see the same things that you've seen, and shouldn't have to endure the same shit. And you should have a constant game plan for what you want your kids to accomplish in life. Because if you don't mold them, who gonna mold them? Look at LeBron James and people pushing him to be an athlete. Look at the Ball family. Father pushed them to be athlete. Serena Williams, the Donald Trumps, the Stranahan, the Kennedys. All their families put them in a situation where they're gonna be successful. But we have African American, we don't put our children, our people in any situation to be successful outside of making them criminals or gang bangers or drug dealers or drug sellers or drug users or prostitutes or pimps. This is some of the shit that makes me mad, because people constantly say that people are sellout, but I feel you a sellout if you having people do that shit in our communities. I always take the responsibility because I was hustling in the 80s and I'm part of the problem also because the new generations are trying to play catch up for the people who did shit in the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and nobody ever becomes successful from. Yes, you do have fun. Yes, you do have a lot of women. Yes, you do get clothes and cars. Yes, but the end result is the death or incarceration. Yeah, come in.
You got customer.
Okay. And the end result is death or incarceration. So who want to put themselves in a situation where it's a great possibility that your ass is going to jail for the rest of your life? Why would you want to be in a jail the rest of your life? But people have narcissistic personalities that nobody that's a criminal ever think they're going to get caught. I never seen a criminal ever think he was going to get caught. Most criminals don't even get caught for doing the crime. They get caught for doing other shit and being jailed the rest of their life. I gave 20 years to the system because I was narcissistic, thinking I'm going to beat the system. But the system was smarter than me. They got people working 365 days, 7 days a week, 24/7 to catch you at. They got three shifts. First shift leave, they hand second shift your paperwork. Third shift, second shift leave, third shift got your paperwork. So how can you beat that when they practicing, they pay great money, they highly educated, they got all the tools and technology to catch you when you inferior, you uneducated, you getting high half the time you're gonna make your transaction or drunk and you're tired running the street all day long, you ain't in conscious that these people got surveillance on you that you might have seen them. So oh ain't nobody. Yeah, it's just a motherfucker just sitting over there. We had the signs, but we don't have time to sit back and think and process stuff. But then one would tell people, man, make sure that you have a master plan for any child that you have. If you want to have these children, man, do not put your fucking children in a situation where they got to be worse than you or be you. Make your kids always be better than you. Y'all talk that shit about LeBron James, put his son in the league, so y'all start putting your kids in a situation just like that then. Because I hate when people, oh, and then you say something about it. Well, why you ain't doing it for your child? Why your kids ain't got good credit coming out of high school? Why your kids ain't got mutual funds? Why your kids ain't got investments? Why you ain't starting a business with your child? So I don't want to hear that shit. But you talking about what somebody else did. What are you doing? You got to do the same thing. You got to do the same thing. If not, your kid is gonna be another generation and generation of Black, Latino, Hispanic people in the ghettos of America that they don't own, thinking that they own this block, this side of town, that they don't want each other going on, and they at war for something that they had never owned. And the government sitting there playing like the puppet master and looking at these two fools on Hood, on Time Move, on 60s, on 18th Street, on Vato. They like, man, look at these damn fools. The government is laughing at us every freaking day, knowing that we putting ourselves in a situation where they gonna always win. Then they gonna put you in an industrialized slave system called a penal system, prison, and you're gonna be in there for 20, 30, 40 years. Then you're gonna start taking on a religion, and you're gonna start praying every day to hope that your ass come home. And then nobody, your day ones ain't gonna be in your fucking corner. When you come home, the one that's still alive, the one not in jail, they're gonna throw you a dumb ass party, and you're gonna start talking about that bullshit from 30 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 20 years ago. That doesn't matter anymore. So make sure you focus on what you need to do, and make sure you put all your time and effort in your kid for your kid to be successful, for your kid won't get caught up in this bullshit. Peace out. Oh.